folks, thank you for purchasing the Native New England Butterfly and Rain Garden Seed Pouch I created, as one is for full sun and one is for partly sunny. I created these pouches so homeowners could plant their own garden outside, and they could use this as a guide that you could start your seeds indoors, and when they're large enough you could take them out and plant them in your garden. And you could also plant a rain garden, which I did provide a bit of a sample garden in the back. You'll see it. It's all numbered, so you could use the numbers and go exactly like this, or go with whatever thoughts you might want to change. You're free to do that for sure. So the first plant you'll see in the full sun is the Coreopsis lanceolata, the landsleaf coreopsis, excuse me. And that will bloom around in June. So from June on, you're going to see blossoms till fall, which will probably, the last one to bloom, I would say, would be getting into your asters. It's the calico aster usually blooms later. It turns its color. It turns purpley in the fall when it gets cool. So it's really exciting to watch. Now the switchgrass will provide tone and color through the year. So don't cut that back. Let the seeds stay on the plant so the birds can eat it as well. And what happens is you'll see it'll get a little straggly in the snow, but it still provides a nice tone. And depending how many you plant the switchgrass in one area, it'll be like a mass for you. It'll be it's gorgeous. So again, don't cut them. Let them, kind of go with the snow in the winter. They also kind of look a little yellowish. So they'll match against your big blue stem, which actually has like an auburn tone and is much taller. And again, don't cut these. Let them just stay throughout the winter. It's really quite nice. And one other thing about the switchgrass is that when I talk about grasses in this, the grasses do not spread out like we say, like a lawn grass. These are clumping grasses. So the clumping grasses, especially the switchgrass, will grow like 2 feet across. So they'll get pretty big. So when you do plant your garden, make sure you give it plenty of space, at least 2 feet. It may look sparse in the beginning, but believe me, by the next year, it'll really start filling in for you. So I don't want to get too long about this because I can talk about this later on as well. Okay, so the second pouch I created was a partly sunny pouch. These again are all native wildflowers, true to the New England area. And they are a mixture of host plants and nectar plants. So you're going to have an array of butterflies and bees and even hummingbirds, and this one with the lobelia that I have inside. So it's a really spectacular garden you're going to have. I can't wait to see mine grow and so forth myself. One of the intriguing, there's actually a few, they're all intriguing, but there's a couple that stand out to me the most. And the turtle head is a white flower. That's number 3. Let's see, double check. Is that number 3? No, yes it is 3. And it has a white flower, and it looks like a head of a turtle, and that's probably why it's been named the turtle head. But what happens is bees will go inside, the larger bees of course, because the smaller ones have a difficulty opening it. But they'll go inside and they'll rattle around, and you can actually see the flower kind of moving out, and they come out with all kinds of pollen on them. It's quite fun to watch. And the other one I find really spectacular is the Lobelia cardinalis. It may be a little challenging to start the seeds, meaning the seed is so small, so your seedling that's going to start is really small. So you have to be patient and let it grow, because it does take a little bit of time on that one. I thought about not continuing and putting it in, but it's just such a spectacular flower. Even if you just get a few of them from your seeds that you start, it's well worth it. So those are the two, and I could go on and on and on about all these flowers. But it's for you to check out and for you to give it a shot and see how it goes for you. And I always can be contacted by my email address, nativeseedlady@nativeearthseed.com, and I will put that up so you can see that. And if you ever have any questions, just go ahead and email me, and I will do my best in answering them. And again, thank you so much for purchasing them. I think you're really going to have a fun time with them. Of course, there's maintenance on the garden, but that comes with any garden. So, but thank you again, and good luck.